California. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, you always need to bring your best in terms of dress wear.
Ooh, Ed, I got the really good stuff on today. I spent a lot of money in the stores, probably more than I should have. But you know what? Let's focus on the game.
The credit card bill is on its way. So is the start of this one. To Davis. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended. LeBron James snatching it out of the air.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Nice pass to get things going.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
LeBron into the front court. Down just a couple. And it's Leonard there to clear the rebound. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. James, tough matchup against George. And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
LeBron James missed his first. That one goes. Jay, what makes LeBron so special on the offensive end?
Well, first and foremost, look at that frame. 6'9", 265 pounds with the agilities of a guard. He can blow by you. If he dips that shoulder, there's no way. There is nobody in the NBA that can guard that man one-on-one.
LeBron James against George. Davis to James. Trying to cash in. Jumpers. Good.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. LeBron with it up top. Down a point. LeBron James, he's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Leonard goes to the left side. George buries it on the catch and shoot. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
LeBron James, he's now 4 for 6.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
No good. Defense catching a break there. To James. Clippers have got it.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
Leonard. His first effort off the mark.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
The assist from number 3, Anthony Davis.
Tough make through traffic.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
A Across the timeline comes James. His team up by 1. Kuzma. The pass taken away by the Clippers. To Paul George. The pass taken away by the Lakers. James, he made his first effort, but not that time. To Leonard. From long range. No good. That's great defense. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here comes some changes. LBJ has it. Going to launch beyond the arc. How's that for a start? 14 points in this first quarter as he knocks down the 3.
And look, I know this requires great conditioning on the defensive part, but you have to start denying him the ball. Make him catch the ball further away from the basket.
George buries the 3. He's too good to leave that open.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
George. Paul George is going to get 3 shots here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Second and 3, got it. Perfect from the line. It's all 3 of them. LeBron James with the rock. Add 2 points to the board.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Beverly into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. George, how's that for a start? 14 points in this first quarter as he knocks down the 3.
And look, I know this requires great conditioning on the defensive part, but you have to start denying him the ball. Make him catch the ball further away from the basket.
That's it for the first quarter. The Clippers are out in front. One quarter down. Neither side really distinguished itself. Jay, what stood out?
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
To Caldwell Pope. 4-3. Another chance. Caldwell Pope. That's off the side of the rim, short. Leonard to George. Paul George. It's like he's shooting into the ocean. He has not missed.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
To Leonard. Oh, emphatic slam.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Luke Walton making some changes on the court. James into the front court. Minute gone by in this second quarter. Fires the 3. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Kawhi Leonard, now 3 for 9.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
to James. Beyond the arc for three. Well defended.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Beverly. Leonard. To Williams. Beverly. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Davis to James. For three, you give him that much time, he's going to make you pay. LeBron James with the three.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. George had made his first three, but that shot off the mark. To Kyle Kuzma. Knocked loose. James to Danny Green. Here's a chance from long range. Long Island zone. Danny Green with the three.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Strong finish for Paul George. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
James. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. To Paul George. Slams it down.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Bradley to Danny Green. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
It's James controlling the offense. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
To George. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Here's LeBron for two. And he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. LA Clippers with the basketball. Paul George to Beverly. Fires the three, and that's rebounded by the Lakers. To James. Lets it fly from long range. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. To Paul George. Leonard. Rondo. Not getting the bounce. Time expires to end the first half. It's been all Clippers so far. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. George to Beverly. George.
To number 15, DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first personal foul. Team foul.
Paul George is going to get a chance at 3 here. Hasn't missed yet. Misses the first. Knocks down the second free throw. James has a chance, and he knocks it down, Jay.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Rises for the slam.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Throws it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Danny Green from long range. Not easy.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
And the finish. Slam dunk.
I mean, Ed, I get more and more impressed with guys' ability to shift their body. That's a Euro step, a side step. However they find a way to get through traffic and finish like that. Whew.
James to Kyle Kuzma. Paul George.
Double. Oh, yeah, let's double. Chop me up. I got ball. It's all me.
James to Kyle Kuzma. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
So many people think making assists is creating something razzle and dazzle. Sometimes giving the ball up early is the right play and the most efficient.
LeBron James sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
LeBron into the front court. His guys end a putback slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Leonard. Misfires. It's no good. Goes to the right side. Big stuff and a lot of traffic on the way to the rim.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Proud City.
Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
James to Danny Green. Going to launch beyond the arc. He has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 of 5 from three-point range.
Let me tell you why. He's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as well.
James to Danny Green. James to Danny Green. It's James. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who maybe hasn't found his rhythm yet. Don't let him get going.
To James. Knocked loose. James against George. Couldn't keep it in. Out off Paul George. So it stays with the LA Lakers. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Got a piece.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Knocked loose. And that's going to be out of bounds off of George. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. Here's Davis. Anthony Davis. Not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come. Who compares to AD offensively?
We would be doing a disservice if we compared AD just to one player. He's an amalgamation. Think about Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Marcus Camby. Throw them all into a blender, you get Anthony Davis.
Luke Walton switching things up. He's got some new players out there.
Number 23, LeBron James.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. George knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a three is like shooting a layup.
LeBron James here against Harkless. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. Got it.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
I got him. I got him. Here we go.
Bradley
Here we go.
to James. Bradley buries it on the catch and shoot.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. Is called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Time expires on the quarter, and a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. It'll be Lakers ball as we begin the fourth quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ball game, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
To James. Anthony Davis lets it go. And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. And a nice finish at the rim.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
George. James with the board. Davis to James. 4-3. Offensive rebound. Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
It's LA Clippers ball. Williams to George. Nothing going here on that drive. George to the basket, but it won't go. To James. Here comes the screen. James in a matchup with Harkless. Deep 2 there, won't go. Lou Williams. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down. Now the Lakers going to use a timeout. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 remaining.
And this is where I get a chance to see if coaches can change it up. Maybe let one of your players lead the timeout so your team can hear a different voice to keep everybody engaged. Maybe like the Warriors did with Andre Iguodala.
LeBron James against George. To Kyle Kuzma. Fires the three. No issues for Kuzma. Hand in his face. He drills it.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
Has a look. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
When cold shooting like this starts in the second half, maybe utilize a head fake. Get that defender in the air, jump into him, create some contact, get to the free throw line.
To Caldwell Pope. Kuzma. James. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
Beverly to Harkless. Wide open look, won't go.
If I'm the player that just missed that shot, just because you're open doesn't mean you need to shoot. You can put the ball down on the ground and drive to the rim.
LeBron against Paul George. To Kyle Kuzma. James. 5 to shoot for Los Angeles. To Caldwell Pope. James trying for a 40-point night, but it's off the mark. To Paul George. Anthony Davis!
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
Paul George, couple of free throws on the way. He's shooting 85% in this game. Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Lakers at the controls right now. Davis to James. Beyond the arc for three. That right there, Jay, his 8th three of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
Beverly into the front court. 2-point advantage. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
From a guy who's been there before, tomorrow morning you'll wake up and you would have wished this was a bad dream. But in reality, all you can do is knock the cobwebs off and let it fuel you for tomorrow.
Oh, they call him for the foul.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Paul George has got 2 shots coming. Tonight, he's shooting 88% from the line. First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. James, the hot night continues. He's hit 9 threes here tonight.
Uh-oh, someone's getting towards that single-game record territory. He's having that kind of night.
Clippers have the basketball. Sizing up the defense. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2. The pass taken away by the Clippers. And a throwdown.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they get a good win on the road. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a